Hi, Dr. David here, author of Sex Under the Influence and Lust, Men, and Meth, two books that will give you a lot of information about chemsex and sexualized drug use. I want to talk today again about another reader's question, and that is, when does sexual behavior become an addiction? This is a real hot point of discussion, right? Because everybody wants to believe their sexual behavior isn't really outside the bounds, even if it may be a little bit outside the bounds. Sometimes we have a blind spot about that. But also, we don't want to go around saying if somebody's very sexual or hypersexual or really loves sex, are they a sex addict? Well, no, not necessarily. You know, an addiction is a medical disorder, and there are specific criteria for addiction. And so we just can't say to someone who's very sexual that they must be a sex addict. But there's specific criteria that we look at, and there's three major ones. One is, am I obsessed or preoccupied with sex all the time? Am I thinking about it? And I may be engaged in it, but when I'm not engaged in it, am I thinking about it? Am I making arrangements for it? Am I engaged in porn? Am I stuck in fantasy all the time? How much of my time has been hijacked by sexual preoccupation? So I think we look at that element. And somebody who just has a lot of sex may go about their lives, do work, they do their art, do their workouts, and then have sex and enjoy it. But they're not thinking about sex all the time. And so I think that's one thing. Second is that we lose control. I'm thinking as an addict, right? We lose control. We say, all right, I'm not going to do that, or I'm going to only do this once this week, and then I do it 5 times. Or I'm only going to look at, say, porn if that's okay with me, you know, and me and my therapist and my sponsor is okay, look at porn, so I'm going to limit it to 15 minutes. But suddenly I'm looking at porn all night. I got hooked on it. The dopamine started to flow. I couldn't get out. So that's a matter of losing control. Somebody might say, well, I'm only going to smoke this drug. I will never inject it. And suddenly they're injecting it, right? They've crossed the line. That is the inevitable progression of addiction. And it does happen if someone truly is an addict and you can't go back. You're caught in this kind of one-way downward elevator that really is bringing you down to the depths of despair for a lot of people. And then the final main category of diagnostic criteria for addiction is really looking at, do I continue this despite adverse consequences? Has this behavior gotten me in trouble, right? So have I been arrested for exposing myself or peeking in windows, right? Those are sex crimes that, by the way, sometimes make light of those people. That can you can end up on a sex offenders list for that, by the way. But, you know, have I gotten tickets? Have I been arrested? Have I been charged with drug possession? Have I done other things that really are affecting my life? Have I lost my job? Have I broken up with my partner? Those kinds of things, those consequences. So those are the three we look at. There's others, but those are the three main ones to really decide, is this just a very sexual person or is this a sex addiction? Dr. David here signing out.